This building to me is the most important piece of work that I've ever done. Not only because of who I collaborated with, Glenn Murcutt, but also what it actually represents. Growing up in Australia as a Muslim, as an Australian Muslim, it was really important to give back to our society. I'm proud of the community. I'm proud of what we have done, that we are translating our feelings to the rest of the world.
In Australia, Melbourne has a reputation for being a stiff and conservative city. At first glance, it certainly doesn't look like a city from the New World, with its fancy buildings, with Victorian facades and its lush parks. The tram running through the city centre amplifies this image of an old European city. The capital city of the state of Victoria is competing with Sydney for the title of the country's business centre. The skyscrapers along the Yarra River are the headquarters of some of the biggest mining companies. Nowadays, the city centre has been transformed and features quite a bit of modern architecture. Street art fans love Melbourne, and it became a reference worldwide in this field. Some walls are even here precisely to be used by graffiti artists. This wind of freedom has attracted many artists from Europe and Asia. Vault is an abstract and minimalist structure installed in front of the Museum of Modern Arts. It is built with big steel sheets put together in a shape that portrays movement. From the beginning, the building of this metal polygon has been controversial. Conservative media called it the Yellow Peril and pointed to its price, $70,000. Nowadays, Vault is considered a key piece in Melbourne's public collection. Australia is a country with many religions, with Islam representing about 2% of the total. Newport district, west of the city, features a suburban landscape undergoing deep transformations and is also home to a building with a modern and simple architecture that attracts the eye. Melbourne's Muslim community gathers under this yellow roof. Architect Hakan Elevli has had the opportunity to be involved in the creation of this mosque, which took 10 years to build.
We're in the main space of Newport Islamic Centre. This is the first Australian mosque that's been designed contemporarily. Generally, we've been designing spaces with the cultural style of either Arabic or Ottoman, but this space here, the community wanted something very different, contemporary, open, very transparent, as you can see. We've created beautiful bifold glass doors and also glass windows on the other side. And the reason why we've done that is so people can see right through the mosque and see what's happening in there without really worrying about what's going on in that space. So it was really important to create this inclusive, beautiful, organic space rather than your work of, enclosed and the traditional way of walking through a little door and so forth. So we didn't want to do that. We thought by having an Australian mosque, we still need to have parts of it that represented Islamic architecture. So we looked at all the mosques that's been built globally, and it always came back to having a gold roof. So we thought we have to have our lanterns in gold. So we have this beautiful structure up there, and we don't regret that at all because this doesn't matter which time of the day, the colours just reflect so well. The whole idea was, look, let's get away from the dome and we'll create the lanterns. And we created this amazing, beautiful, long concrete feature at the beginning. And we're going to decorate that as our minaret and put a beautiful crescent, a gold crescent on that. The other thing we really wanted to do was create this beautiful lanterns with different colours in the space. So what that does is permeates different colours, Islamic colours, through the natural daylight, following the sun. The lanterns reflect the sun by bouncing off the sunlight through the coloured glass, which we purchased from France itself. So it has this beautiful effect throughout the day with its reflection. A lot of the mosques, or all the mosques globally, they had these beautiful red, blue, green and gold mosaic tiles, and that was pretty much everywhere we looked at. They had these colours. So we thought, well, we have to use that within our lantern space, because that's the only area that we really wanted colour. We didn't want to put on our walls or anywhere else, being a contemporary building. So we created these amazing 96 lanterns that again draws the colour down, and we have these beautiful lights, rays of light coming in certain times of the day, and that kind of mixes in, fuses in as the time goes on. One of my favourite times that I come here is early morning, when the gold colours are setting in. Gold actually represented paradise. So it was really important, like paradise was the reason why our Prophet utilised this colour. And so when I see that yellow coming through the lanterns onto the carpet, it's just so amazing, and this is why I love this building so much, because it does represent a whole lot of communities. I mean, I am a practicing Muslim, and I love what I do, and I couldn't do anything else, but I do love everyone else that's non-Muslim, and I think that gold colour really does reflect everyone's passion. The young Muslims who are growing up, who don't really associate themselves as being, Arab or a Turk anymore, or any other, culturally, Islamic belief, but they come into this space, they feel like they own it, because it does represent the youth as well. This building to me is the most important piece of work that I've ever done, not only because of who I collaborated with, Glenn Murcutt, but also what it actually represents. Growing up in Australia as a Muslim, as an Australian Muslim, it was really important to give back to our society. I'm proud of the community, I'm proud of what we have done, that we are translating our feelings to the rest of the world.